Welcome back to the Mindful Shift podcast. I'm Leopoldine, and I'm so glad you're joining me again today. If you're new here, hi, I'm excited to have you on board. This podcast is designed to empower you and help you create your best life. So, I wanted today to follow up on what we talked about in the last podcast. Remember how we said that every technique you use is leading you to think in a specific state of mind. Well, I want to take it a step further. You know how you can imagine all these different states of mind, depending on what you wish for, what your dreams are. Like you can imagine being super confident, having the home of your dreams, or feeling like a rock star. Yes, those are all real states that you can tap into. The key is literally just to focus on the state you want to be in and align your thoughts with it. So no matter which technique you use, whether it's affirmation, visualization, journaling, conversation in your mind, or even talking to yourself in front of the mirror, for example, like I do often, to be honest, after a shower, the goal is to immerse yourself into that state, as if that state is already happening for you right now. And don't worry about how you're going to get there. That doesn't matter. That isn't your job. Just focus on the end result you want. And if you just can desire it, really desire it, then it is possible for you. It's like if you can imagine it first, then you can see it in front of your eyes happening. So let's dive into this mindset of achieving our desires. You can use any techniques that feels natural and works for you. What matters is that you are accessing the state of mind that aligns with what you want to achieve and that you stay there. And the best part is that the possibilities are literally endless. The only limit is how willing you are to explore them and tap into them. You are the one fixing the limits here. Have you noticed how often we oscillate between different mindsets? We make progress and then fall back into old patterns of thinking. It's because we are not consistent with it. We do our technique of choice, whether it's affirming, journaling, visualizing, conversation, no matter again. But then we slip back into worrying or even old patterns of thinking when we don't use these methods. Neville Goddard said, you can't have two masters. It's about consistency and commitment to our inner experiences, first and foremost. So, what's going on beneath the surface? Are we genuinely thinking thoughts aligned with what we want? Or just going through the motion of what's happening correctly in our reality? To make lasting changes, we need to change our mindset and perceptions. We need to choose and make that choice over and over and over again as much as needed. It's not just about thinking thoughts about what we want, but doing it and choosing to experience them from within consistently. Those old thoughts and patterns are like habits that are hard to break. But if we are aware of this and we are making a conscious effort to align our inner experiences with what we want to manifest, that's where the magic happens. By choosing one thought at a time to think from a place where we already have what we want. So have you noticed how our mindset can fluctuate when we manifest a desire? 1 minute you're feeling confident and aligned, and the next you're back to worrying and doubting yourself. I used to experience this too. I would get into a great headspace with affirmations or visualizations, but then I would start looking for evidence that confirmed my doubts or fears. It was like rehearsing old patterns and holding myself back. The key is to make your desired mindset the dominant one. Right now, your dominant mindset is what is currently happening in your life. To shift it, you need to make a conscious choice to focus on the mindsets when you already have what you want. Repetition is key to make a new mindset a habit. And discipline too. The more you choose to stay in a state of mind aligned with your desires, the stronger that pathway in your brains becomes. You can change your state of mind at any time. Just like changing TV channels. Literally. The key is to consistently choose the mindset of your desires being already true, making it become your new default mode. Have you noticed how easy it is to get into the right mindset, but then you kind of forget to maintain it through your day? Falling back into your old habits? I've been there too, feeling confident one minute and fearing and doubting the next. So then the key is truly discipline. Consistently choosing thoughts that align with what you want. Just as you don't build muscles with one workout, you don't achieve success with just one mindset shift. And sometimes, yes, it is the case, and you can even build that wall for you, but you need repetition first and to commit to it first. First, you need to keep showing up and choosing your thoughts consistently. Let's take an example. Let's say Sarah. Sarah wanted to nail her music performance, but her consistent fears about forgetting the lyrics or messing up sabotaged her. To overcome this at her next performance, she started mentally rehearsing it daily, but with one shift. She mentally visualized herself crushing it this time, over and over and over again, more than her fears, a lot more than her fears, correcting herself if she needed to, one thought at a time, as she consistently chose again and again that mindset and stayed in it by choice consistently. She felt more confident and in control day after day. And when the big day arrived, she slayed it. These principles apply to any area of life, not only performance or sports anyway. Whatever you desire, you need to mentally rehearse yourself succeeding, having it, being it, as if what you desires is already yours. It is already done. It is like building mental muscle memory. There is only one key here. Consistently choosing thoughts that align with what you desires. Every time you think about the contrary, you correct yourself and you choose again. So the real question is, are you willing to put in the work to discipline yourself and think in alignment with what you desire? Do you want it bad enough? Have you ever set goals but not really achieving them because you didn't really think you could? Because you didn't really convince yourself that you could? We think often we try to make changes, but our mindset isn't aligned with what we want. Instead of saying, I hope or I try to be more confident, or I try or hope to be more creative, what if we actually think for ourselves and say, I am confident and capable, or I am a creative genius? Do you feel the difference? And yes, it might feel uneasy and uncomfortable at first, but it will become our reality if we maintain that mindset. Our mindset, our beliefs, determine what we think and feel, which in turn shape the experiences we have and circumstances we experience in our life. If we're in a mindset of fear and doubts or against what we want, then that's what we will experience in the end. And more proof about that mindset, about those main thoughts. But if we are choosing a state of mind that is mainly aligned with confidence and success, we'll simply manifest events and circumstances that align with those thoughts and prove them, proving us right too. So let's start thinking like we already have what we want, like we already be what we want and do what we want successfully, and watch how our reality transform even right now, starting by our mind and our state of mind. Let's take fitness as an example. When trying to get fit, we often feel motivated at first, right? But then life happens and we stray from our goals. The key is really to correct ourselves by thinking something like, I am already in shape and feeling great. And thinking or visualizing your success, the end game, or your end game of choice. Even if it seems small, it isn't. It's your choice. It's about maintaining a consistent mindset, choosing and choosing and choosing over again, correcting yourself if you need to, regardless of setbacks or your current reality in front of your eyes. That doesn't matter. Circumstances doesn't matter. Our consistent thoughts shape our reality, like our beliefs. And when we focus on a different state of mind over and over again, it becomes our dominant mindset. As Sammy Ingram and Neville Goddard said, the state you must return to becomes your dominant state. Think about it like this. When you're trying to get fit, if you consistently think, I'm tired, or I never get there, I'll never be fit, those thoughts will keep you stuck in that mindset and hold you back. So what do you focus on? What do you choose to think about? Those thoughts shape your experience and the reality you live in right now and in the future. So for the sake of us, let's choose to think about what we want, focusing on the end we desire and choosing consistently to stay there in our mind over and over and over again. As much time as we need to, we choose again until we watch our life transform, proving us right. Imagine going to the gym and thinking, I am strong and capable. I'm already fit. It's so easy for me. Instead of, I'm too tired. I hate doing workouts. But instead, think or visualize yourself succeeding and crushing your workout and feeling energized and confident. Those thoughts are like seeds you plant that grows into a reality that aligns with your desires. It's all about choosing your thoughts, bestie. You must consistently think thoughts that align with what you want, as if it's already yours, as if it's already done. It's a done deal. You can even repeat blanket affirmations like, my life is always perfect, or I always get what I want, and correct yourself every time your mind wavers in the opposite direction of what you want. So the state of mind of having what you want and it's already yours will become your new mindset, your dominant state of mind. I share again my own story with you. Like some of you know, I used to struggle with anxiety and depression, waking up feeling lost and uncertain. But I decided to take control of my thoughts and started telling myself some affirmations like, I'm safe, I'm enough, everything is always perfect in my life, I always get everything I want. And yes, it did felt unnatural at first, like I was lying to myself. But I kept doing it daily, choosing over and over and over again. And the more I did it, the more it was easier and the more I felt better, day after day, hours after hours. And surely, first, my inner experiences shifted, manifesting outside of me a new reality. Now I wake up feeling grounded and calm, excited to take on the day, ready to take on the world. It's not about trying harder or working smarter. It's about choosing a different state of mind over and over again until it becomes natural and your new mindset by default. I've chosen to believe in myself and take the responsibility of my own happiness. And that's what became my new natural mindset, my more dominant mindset. You're starting to understand, aren't you? You're starting to realize you have the power to choose your mindset and stick to it, even when faced with challenges, even when your current reality shows you otherwise. Your inner experience has like a filter that shapes your reality. So if you choose to think someone is obsessed with you, that's what you experience. If you think consistently that you're worthy, that you always receive love and respect by everyone around you, that's what also you experience. Let me give you another example. Have you ever been treated poorly by someone? I know I did. They might be mean to you or dismissive even. But instead of letting it affect you, you choose to see your own truth. You convince yourself and choose to perceive this as their own insecurities that they project onto you. And inside, they are loving and adoring you. They value you. And that's what you start to observe over time more as you choose this more. That's like having a superpower, actually. You get to decide and choose what reality looks like for you, what it means for you. When you start seeing things from a different perspective, everything changes. And that's what a miracle truly is. A shift in perception. The people around you will start reflecting back your main thoughts, your dominant thoughts and beliefs and assumptions, your new mindset, your state of mind, literally. So I want to ask you, what kind of reality do you want to create? Do you want to live in a world where people treat you poorly, or one where people love, and respect you. In the end, the choice is yours, bestie. Again, I know while it's simple to understand, it's not always easy to apply, at least at first. There will be times like it feels like everyone's against you, or even that the universe, your mind, is conspiring against you. But again, it's a perspective, and you can change it anytime you wish. But remember, those are just illusions created by your past mindset and old beliefs. It is literally just how you choose to perceive things. And you have the power to change things and shift around and change your reality right now. You are the creator of your own reality, bestie. Don't let anyone else dictate how things go for you. Not even yourself, your limitations. Take back control and start choosing the reality you want over and over again if needed, instead of reacting on what's happening right now. You got this. Take a deep breath and choose again. Think about it like this. When someone does something that bothers us, we don't have to react. We can just acknowledge it, feeling the feelings if needed, and move on. It's like when you see a social media post of someone else that upsets you. Who cares? Acknowledge your feelings for a minute or two and move on. But in the end, you get to choose the meaning and what it means to you and for you. Our thoughts have immense power over our reality. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And you'll start to see change sooner rather than later. I guarantee you. You'll manifest people and situations that align with your desires, proving you are right. And it's not about ignoring what is happening in front of you, but it's about not giving it power. But if you can, and you don't need to take any action, like it's not important enough to not take any action in your reality about it, like, paperwork and stuff, then ignore it. Feel free to ignore it. Whenever you feel upset or reactive, take a breath, pause, and remind yourself you are in charge of your reality. You can choose again. And repeat these affirmations if needed. I am worthy of love and respect. I am deserving of success. Everything is always perfect in my life. I always get what I want. I am perfect. My life is perfect. I'm valued and appreciated by everyone. Everyone loves me. No matter what. Bestie, it's time to choose the version of yourself and your life you truly desire. When you focus on what you want consistently, it becomes your reality. Don't get stuck on one small thing, like a low bank account balance or a difficult situation in your life. Instead, try to take a breather, take a step back, and see it as one grain of sand on a vast beach. One small piece of the puzzle. You have the power to choose how you see it so you can change it. And yes, it may take some effort to change your perspective and how you see things, but it is worth it. When you focus on what you want instead of what's lacking or what's going wrong, amazing things happen. And it's not magic, truly. It's just your mind responding to your consistent thoughts, proving you're right no matter what. Think, for example, of being lost in the woods. You're not stuck in one spot. You can choose to take a different direction, right? Choose a new direction and find your way back home. It really isn't magic. It's just focused intention. What if you choose your reality instead of letting it choose you? Starting affirming something like, I am perfect. I am fulfilled. Rather than, I'm stuck. I'll never get there. No one loves me. It's about selecting the reality, the state of mind you want to experience. Most people feel stuck because they focus on what they don't have. Most of the time, they think against their desires by habit, instead of focusing on what they desire and move towards it. It is time to flip that script and take control of your reality. Because when we are doing that, we are not recognizing the power to choose our own reality. We are focusing on what's not working instead of what we want. It's like trying to drive without entering the right coordinate into your GPS, especially if you don't know the path or you've never been there. Your mind is like a mirror, reflecting back to you what you think about the most. If you're focusing on what's going wrong in your life, that's exactly what you'll see more into your reality. But if you choose to focus on what you want instead, then you start manifesting it. The moment you choose differently. Think about, for example, choosing healthier habits. If you always reach for junk food, for example, that's because your brain is comfortable with the easy option. But what if you make the conscious choice to grab an apple instead? And discipline yourself to do so, to choose again before you grab that bag of chips. It is the same with our mind. We can choose to keep focusing on what we don't want, or we can choose to focus on what we want and empower ourselves. When we make that choice consistently, it becomes literally our new default. We do have the power to choose how we think and feel, the energy we vibrate with, and then the reality we create. Every aspect of our life is a state of mind. Our body, relationship, finances, really everything. We can choose the mindset we want to be in. Want a curvy or fit body? Boom! Your mindset to manifest it. Want the perfect home for yourself? Boom! Want to be happy and at peace? Boom! You're in that state of mind too. It's all about focus and choosing conscious thoughts. One thought at a time, choosing over and over and over again if needed. If you want something to change, start focusing on the end result you desire consistently, every single day. Correct yourself if necessary along the way. Choose again. You have that power. To manifest a new reality, think it's possible, and keep repeating that new reality is already yours to yourself until it becomes your new normal, until you see it in front of your eyes, until it manifests fully into your reality. Thanks for watching. If you got something out of this, and I know you did, share it with me in the comment below. It means a lot. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons for more content. Remember, it's not the end until you get what you want.